morning, Pulsicans and Hexicans. Unite. This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance Show, the loudest megaphone in Pulse Chain land. How are you guys doing today? We are doing our best to bridge the gap between our fellow entrepreneur friends and the best damn crypto community around. You guys, man, I am pumped today. I am feeling good. It is Thursday, and man, the charts are green. It's May. I told you, let's stay in May and pray, because May is payday. That's what I say over here on the DeFi Crypto Alliance Show. Man, I am so pumped today, guys. I know you guys can see it, feel it. I love it. Man, it is feeling good. What's going on, guys? How we doing? Man, let's bring up the M-2 chart. Collins posted an updated version of it, which I thought was quite fascinating. So it ended up being, I remember he was saying it was anywhere between a 107-day offset and 72-day offset. It ended up being 87-day offset. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to stay exactly at 100 or exactly at 87 days. That could flip the script. It could end up being 200 days. It could end up being 50 days. So like whenever we see the M2 topping out and starting to correct, we need to keep our eye on it. And we need to know, okay, maybe anywhere between 50 days from that correction to 200 days could be the top, right? So like we just need to keep our eye on it and keep an open mind about it. But at least it gives us direction. It's like a compass, right? A compass in the, when you're lost out in the wilderness and you're trying to figure out a way to go and you don't know which way is north. Well, either A, you can look at the stars, find North Star, it's like the old Boy Scout way, or if you had a compass, it would tell you right which way to go. Now, it might not get you to your destination perfectly because depending on where your destination is at, but it gives you an idea, right, of what direction at least you're walking in. And that's all we're doing with this stuff. And that's the same with the secret chart too. Secret chart shows us that we have great structure forming on one of the greatest blue chip assets in history of mankind in crypto, Ethereum, right? That it's like number 2. There's no, who can argue that? Okay, yeah, it's been lagging this cycle, but who can argue it's not number 2 biggest cryptocurrency ever created, Ethereum. So like we are creating amazing market structure. It's a guide. It's a compass. It tells us we are in the right place at the right time, but it's not going to give us the exact date, right? Of like when the top is, or, hey, this is blast off day, this exact time. It ain't going to do that. So, but it gives us an idea. And that's all we're looking for here, just to keep our emotions in check, right? 'Cause that's the biggest hurdle in crypto, is keeping those emotions at bay. You want to make sure that you're not flooding yourself out, or on the other side of the coin, not FOMOing yourself to either buy the top or to hold longer than you should have. So 2 different things there, right? So, but let's look at the chart here. Very interesting data. Share screen. I'll share the entire screen because the way I had to pull this up, it won't pull up in a tab, but that's all right. So I'll just enlarge it like this. Here we go. So ended up being, 80 days. So it ended up being offset about 80 days, which was, wasn't quite what he was anticipating. He was anticipating 107-day offset, but it's fine. Once again, this stuff is not going to be perfect. And you can see right here, like this deviation here, it's not perfect, right? But look at all this. Look at all this. This looks almost spot on for the most part. And it just kind of deviates here on this correction. It's still corrected. It just had like its last push up. Like this push up here, I guess it correlates with this, but it's just weird how this dropped, how M2 dropped through the floor and Bitcoin held here and then dropped, right? But here's where we're at right now. And M2 is still on an upward trajectory. It has not made a top. Now, who knows? Maybe it rolls over right here, and then we see structure change. It's hard to say. We just don't know. Or it could keep going. This is all without keep this in mind, guys, this is all without the United States turning on their money printers, which will happen. What stage of the cycle will it happen? I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you guys on that one. I would love to have an answer on that, because that would give you your, in my opinion, your last big parabolic banana zone. If we knew when the United States was going to do their fair share of the money printing this cycle, because this is globally. We have China's printing a shit ton of money. India's printing a shit ton of money. So a lot of big nation states are contributing to this, but not really the United States, not too much right now. Okay. So I would love to see that. Like, I mean, as big as this parabolic move is, can you imagine if the US turned their money printers on? Holy shit, this thing would just go off the charts. And, that's maybe where you do see, I don't know, $180,000 Bitcoin to 250. Right. Okay. I'm speculating here. Once again, it's never financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet who speculates on his own money and what the outcomes could be on investing his money. That's all it is. That's all I'm doing. And you got to push your own buy and sell buttons. But if the US, if they started printing money, right now he's got this. Right now, Bitcoin should hit somewhere around the $160,000 range, where the M-2 is sitting at currently with the 80-day offset. Doesn't mean it's going to hit there perfectly. No, but if it stays correlated, it could. The one concern that I do have with this, and we talked about this when Crypto 7 was on my show 2 days ago. If you guys haven't watched that, go back and watch that. It was full of alpha. The one thing that scares me is last cycle, we knew the stock to flow model worked really well in crypto, in that Plan B was able to call or predict exactly where Bitcoin was going months in advance, right? And this is what's going on here now with Collins, and it's very interesting. And once again, I give Collins all the credit for this. I don't take any credit for this. I didn't make this. I'm just showing the alpha when I see the alpha. That's all I do. That's all I do. Someone's got alpha, and it's good alpha, and it's working. I'm going to present it and give them credit. That's what I do. My superpower is copy and paste. Get guys around you that are smarter than you. That's the key. But yeah, it's very fascinating. I'm wondering, like, if you have enough traders front running the information, will that force the information to decouple? And that's the one thing that does scare me. So like right here, what if it did roll over at the 160 range? And what if Bitcoin actually rolled over around 120 because traders started front running the information? Hard to say, right? It's an interesting thought process, though. We want to make sure we keep that on the table, because that is what happened last cycle. Like, everybody got faked out at like that 67, wherever it was 63. I can't remember what the last top was. And everyone got faked out because Plan B had said, well, we're going to 100K. Stock to flow model says we're going to 100K. And so it was very scary that it didn't. And a lot of people got wrecked. A lot of people got wrecked and got stuck holding their bags during that bear market. And I'm sure a lot of them sold at a loss, right? They don't understand long-term hodling like the Pulse Chain community does. Well, at least most of you guys. Some of you guys, some of you guys, not the guys who watch my show, but some of them sold their bags. But either way, we want to keep our eye out on that. We want to make sure we don't get trapped in that trap. Holy crap, that would suck. But right now, man, it's looking pretty immaculate, man. I mean, it's perfect, right? Like, we're 80-day offset. It's moving along. This could adjust, but let's keep an eye on it and see what happens. Let's pray that the United States by Q3, it'd be nice to see Q3 come around and Jerome Powell turn on the money printers and push off this cycle into Q4 of the most parabolic cycle we've ever seen. It very well could happen, guys. It very well happen. I'm also a believer now that it could push the absolute top, the final blow off top, or if there is, I don't know, if it's the double top, whatever, one of the top tippy tops, we'll just call it that, one of the tippy tops, the final tippy top into 2026. is what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking like early 26, like maybe January, maybe February. Once again, I could be completely wrong on this. Maybe it's March or April, or maybe it's November, December of this year. So things to keep an eye on. Analyze all situations and understand where you're at in the cycle. And here we are. We're right here. So a lot of fun stuff, good stuff. Like I said, big shout out to Collins again. He's the guy who steamed had that data and presented it. And now like I'm seeing everybody like steal the data, and like even altcoin daily had this chart. They pulled it up on their show. And yeah, it's like, hey, bro, give the dude who made it credit, man. Come on, man. Don't be a douchebag. You didn't create that. So yeah. All right. Well, let's check in with you guys. We got 47 of you guys watching. Yep, streaming a little early today. I know this is a little out of my box. I like to get it done though, because it's either that or I don't stream at all today, guys. But I wanted to give a little bit of a stream. And I'm not going to be here Monday or Tuesday of next week. We're actually going, this will be very interesting. We got invited to a oil and gas convention. And so me and Dane are going, and we're going to be crypto bros at an oil and gas convention. And the oil and gas podcast that is going to have us on their podcast soon. I don't know what date that's going to be. I'll let you guys know whenever date that is. And maybe you guys could catch that podcast. It should be really, really good. It'll be very, basic and fundamental crypto talk, just to get try to educate those oil and gas people. But I want to, let you guys know so you can come and watch it. But that podcast gave us press passes. It was crazy. And we're going to this event, and we're going to go try to onboard some oil and gas people. This will be the first time I've ever done an oil and gas type of event. We've done, a shit ton of real estate events, as you guys know. We've, I don't know how many of those we've done. And that's anywhere from, apartment syndication type events all the way to mobile home parks to wholesaling houses. And mainly, I mean, we love wholesaling houses. That's the industry we come from. That was where I accumulated my beginning of my wealth. My very first $1 million I made was from wholesaling houses. If you guys are ever interested in that, you should look it up. It's a good way to make some money in the short term. It sucks. It blows you, but you can make a lot of money. So, but yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So we're going to this oil and gas convention, and it's only for a day. Flying out here Monday morning, and then I think we fly back Tuesday, afternoon or something like that. So we'll be there for one day, one night, and rub some elbows with some oil and gas folks. And I don't know, we'll see if we can onboard any of them into our ecosystem. I mean, if we could even get one of these guys, because some of these guys are big, man. I mean, like Chevron's going to be there. Like what? Like talking to the CEO of Chevron. I mean, these guys are worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. It's crazy. And so it's a different level than what we're used to. The real estate events, you meet guys who are worth, 5, 10 million, maybe even a little more than that. Yeah, I know the one guy we onboarded in our community not too long ago, he was worth 30 million. He sold a very large self-storage unit portfolio, and he put $1 million of that into Pulse Chain. Pretty cool. He sells his portfolio for 30 million, and he threw $1 million in Pulse Chain. Hey, I like that. And so we can meet someone like that, but even more, adding that zero in, that would be pretty incredible. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm getting optimistic here, just thinking about it. But it'll be fun. Hold on, guys. This is my front gate for my complex. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. We have the security gate here at the complex I live in. There's 2 security gates, but the one always calls you when there's people coming. That was my wife's friend. Come over to pick her up. They're going shopping, I guess. So, but yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be doing our show tomorrow, most likely. I'll let you guys know. That'll be open mic Friday. Come on. come one, come all. Should be a good time. But let's check in with you guys here in the chat and see what's going on. What is shaking? What is new? Diamond Hand Degenerate. First, best. I love it, man. First is the best. Yep, there is no second first or whatever. Second is last, whatever that saying is. I'm in the front of the rocket. That's right, bro. And I mean, even the core assets on holy crap, guys. Let's look at this real quick. I didn't show you guys this. I didn't look at stuff against the dollar. And maybe I should look at stuff against the dollar once in a while. I'm always looking at stuff against ETH. Look at this. What the heck's? This is a nice little candle on the 4-hour. Let's put it in the daily and see how, I mean, it won't be as, yeah, that's great. Holy shit. Look at that candle on the 4-hour or the daily. Damn, that's great. Let's look at the secret chart while I'm here. That's just, no, we're going to look at pulse measured against ETH. Let's see how that is cooking for us. I bet it's looking pretty decent. There's that. We'll measure it against ETH. There we go. So that breakthrough, that support, which now will be resistance, it's getting eat up. That candle's that was way deeper. Yeah, you see this? It was way down here yesterday. Because it's on the weekly, guys. It was way down here yesterday. And this candle's getting eaten up. Will it get eaten up to this, back to this support / resistance by Sunday? Sunday's the end of the week, and then we'd be coasting back on this upward trend line again. Guys, I mean, I honestly didn't think that it would do that. I would think that it would come down. I remember I was talking about this yesterday. And they would come down and kind of W out, right? Like here's the first part of the W and then W out. It would shock me if it keeps trending up on this upward momentum trend line. That would really shock me. So secret chart looking great, guys. Looking absolutely phenomenal. Wow. And everything's green today. And we got Pulse 403, PulseX 4024, all 25 almost. Inc. $1.33, and Hex, man, Hex is cooking. I love that. Almost 0.6 of a cent, however you want to say it. EHEX, man, EHEX is really cooking. Look at that, 15%, 14.5%, decimal 0023. Let's go. Saw that's catching a little bit of a bid. Come on, let's go, guys. Let's get the party on its way, man. This is great stuff. So May's payday, guys. May is payday, and you are on the rocket ship there, Diamond Hand. That was proof. Urban Productions, oi oi. Red Squirrel number 2. Where is Red Squirrel? Is he here? You know, make him. Oh, he's not here. I don't see him. Well, probably because I started so early. King J, what's up, guys? What's going on, King J, man? How you doing, brother? Thanks for showing up. Feeling especially bullish today. RH is cooking up something big. I know, like with that freaking egg and chicken, like what came first, the chicken or the egg analogy? I guess he made that analogy also, or made that comment, whatever you want to call it, back in 2020. Interesting. What happened back then? A lot of moon time for Hex. That's what happened back then. I don't know. You know, is it all related? Probably. Or probably not. But what's he doing back there? And I'm telling you guys, you're probably going to hear it here first, just because I've gotten a little bit of a little insider information, not like crazy inside information, but grapevine type shit. Like the Interpol stuff's almost done, guys. It's almost done. So maybe that's what that chicken and egg stuff is. You know, talking about SEC versus Interpol, like which one came first, was it matter? Like that would make a lot of sense, right? But yeah, Interpol's almost done, guys. You heard it here first. Watch and see. Oh, what else did you say, man? Pulse and Hex are more than tokens. It's a movement for freedom. I love it. Yes, I agree. Hex Thailand, what up, bro, man? What's up? Had to get the pulse again. Smash the likes. Loving the channel. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Hex Thailand. Watching at night, too, of all things. You're staying up late to watch the show. So I appreciate that, man. I'll be doing the same when I'm in China because I have to be like the world I live in is here in the US. So, like, I'm going to be operating at US time zone still, and it's going to be weird. And so, but my wife's like, don't worry, if you're a night owl in China, you're going to love it because that's like when Shanghai is the best. I was like, okay. So at least, I'll have a lot more fun being up at night over there, but it's going to be tiring. But I'm excited. I am excited for it. Hex to $1. It can happen, bro. It can absolutely happen, dude. I think Hex can go to $1. I think most can go to $1. I think, Pulse can go. I mean, I think it hit a penny. I don't know if they'll hit a penny this cycle. They could definitely hit a penny. They could definitely hit a tenth of a penny. So, decimal 001 for sure this cycle. That, like, I'm pretty confident in with any kind of momentum and growth. That could happen. That can absolutely happen. A penny, I don't know. I would love it though. They hit a penny, man. Holy shit. But Hex or $1 is it's very believable and easy. I mean, we hit 55 cents roughly last cycle. So, like, it's just like you're asking for a double. That's all you're asking for. It's not much. I'm coming around the green with you, Corey. Cycles might be different now. Most BTC has been mined. Having is less significant. ETF ties BTC more with the traditional markets. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be this time is different or it's just, because if we don't top until 2026, it doesn't mean this time it's different. It just means it was a deviation of like 10%, right, on time. Like, it doesn't mean that the cycle is broken, right? Because they could top out in the beginning of 2026, and then we can see another 3-year bear for altcoins, 1-year bear for Bitcoins. That starts all over again, right? This stuff doesn't have to be perfect. But, I think the narrative, for me, what I believe, I think the narrative of Bitcoin halving was never true. I believe there's always revolves around the 4-year global liquidity cycle. If you look at the global liquidity cycle and the way it goes up and down, the trends, let me see if I can find it real quick. It works off of 4-year cycles, and you could trace its money movement into the Russell 2000. Let me see if I can find that chart. Global liquidity. This is what really determines the 4-year cycles in crypto. It's not the Bitcoin halving, in my opinion. Like, once again, I'm just a guy on the internet. Who am I? This is kind of it. Yeah, I'll share this real quick. You'll get the idea. I'm sure you've seen this too, floating around on Twitter. But I just want to give you that idea. So here's this is the treasury. Never mind. The global liquidity cycle, but it kind of looks like this, right? And it's 4 years, and we're doing that uptrend right here off of the 4-year global liquidity cycle, saying that we have this year of parabolic movement. So yeah, who knows, man? But that's what I believe really controls the 4-year cycles is the global liquidity, not Bitcoin halving. That was just a narrative that the Bitcoin maxis are trying to get everyone to beat the drum around to buy Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with it. ETS will definitely have an impact. I believe that ETS will take out, maybe not this cycle, but over time, it will take out the volatility of the markets, especially on the big dogs like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that volatility will get sucked out. Now it will be more of a stable asset. That's what the ETS are going to accomplish. So it'll be interesting to see play out. Oil and gas guys might be interested in new gold on Pulse. Yeah, maybe, man. That's what I'm hoping for. These guys have a high risk tolerance, very high risk tolerance. They love new opportunities. I don't know. Like, we're going to give it a try, man. Narrative farming around Frank. Ooh, I don't know what those are. Probably more altcoins on Pulse Chain. I'm not too interested in more altcoins on Pulse Chain right now. There's just so much, man. I'm just like happy with my bags where they're at now. And if I did any more DCAing, I would, I don't know. If I did more DCX, I might get some more money next week. We'll see. Probably just going to the cores, man. And I'll be honest with you. King J. Yep, absolutely. Good morning, Corey. February 2020 was the chicken egg comment right before a nice. Is that what it was, man? So it was before the hex run, right? Yeah. It's interesting. And it makes sense because what he's talking about there, if that's what he's alluding to, or if that's what's around, then it's the green candle thing, right? Like you can't have retail coming in or asset growth without green candles, because green candles is what attracts everyone in. But then how do you get green candles if no one's coming in? Like if that's the chicken and egg analogy, right? It's like, which one do you got to have first? Well, I mean, yeah, ideally you want green candles, right? And he could do that very easily. Him and a couple other wallets that we know of like to do that. And so that would produce market dynamics where growth would come. And yeah, that's no chicken and egg the way I see it. So we'll see, man. Shendit Urban Productions, let's go. Come on, let's ship it. We have been waiting. I would not mind one little bit. I'll tell you that. You think most still makes sense if yeah, dude, I think it makes sense because it's what he had to go through. It's his story. It's his narrative, right? It's the story. He was the most wanted man in crypto, right? Like even though he makes it go away, it don't matter. It's still an RH asset too. So who knows though, T2? I could be totally wrong, and that's why I'm not all in on most. Like all my core assets, Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., are bigger than my most bag. But my most bag is my biggest altcoin bag on Pulse Chain. That's how I got it set up. So yeah, we are the mostest with the mostest on this channel. You can play the game at least a little bit to have a seat at the table. And if we're right, great, we make some money. If not, then then let Hex go and make all the money for us, right? Like it's fine because we have those bags. We got them packed nice. So are you gonna jump on a Titan X train to ride a wave up? It's forming a very nice bottom and ETH. I've already got a bag of it. I'm good. I've played it where I bought the bottom twice and sold the top, and then yep. I didn't buy the perfect bottom this time. I got about a 30% off. It corrected 30% down after I bought 30, maybe even 40%. I have to go look at the charts where I thought the bottom was at, and I came in because I'm not perfect. Fuck, right? And then I didn't sell, and so yeah, I got my moon bag over there. And if it does something, I'll bring that money back over to Pulsing. I've done it twice already. And here's how you can tell. I'm going to tell you right now, T2, this is how you can tell. When you see all the Twitter green circle jerks shilling to everybody to buy the best asset on Ethereum, oh my God, this is better than Pulse Chain, it's better than Hex, and they're just talking all that shit, that's the top. That's the top. When they're shilling you in your DMs, it's the top, okay? When they're this so fucking arrogant and cocky, it's the top. Sell your bag. In fact, sell the bag before it gets to that euphoric moment. And that's how I did it twice. I sold both times and made a shit ton of money because of those assholes on Twitter. I can read them like a book. Those green circle jerks, I can read them like a book, man. And when they get all loud and noisy and all stupid, I sell my bag. That's how you do it. And you'll make money over there. Because that thing corrects hard. Not like, I mean, all crypto does. I get it, right? But like when it goes down fast. It's like boom. My man, the myth, the man, the legend, Crypto 7. Yes. Guys, go watch the show. We had a little special show 2 days ago. It was awesome. A lot of alpha was dropped. We had a lot of fun, as always. Gotcha. Thanks for your thoughts. Well, absolutely, T2. Absolutely, man. Hit the likes. Come on, Belgian hats again. Smash the likes. Hit the subscribe. I promise I won't flood your inbox like Sami does. And hopefully you can get a little bit of alpha here and there from my show, mainly just from my experiences. not only in markets, but in health and in wealth and in mindset and just in life in general on how I approach things and how I basically had success of any sorts in my life. So that's all we do in the show. And also we don't like paying taxes. Once again, if you don't want to pay taxes, we have the DeFi Wealth Trust. And it's actually Chris. You go over to DeFiWealthTrust.com. You can book an appointment. It's fucking free, guys. Man, it's free. Giving that shit to you for free. And then you can set the trust up for free. And then if you don't want to use it, who cares? Like you don't pay it. It's no harm, no foul. And then, but if you want to use it, it's, there's a small fee to use it yearly. There's a small fee for using it. And then don't pay the IRS, man. Fuck those guys. I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. They're going to freaking shut me down. It's all right, though. Smash the likes. That's right, my man. That's right. Smash the likes. Yeah, 102 of you guys watching. 62 on Twitter. Give me a retweet, guys. Let's get this algorithm pumped to the moon. And then once again, if you're on YouTube, smash those likes. Hit the bell notification. I'm going to hop off, though. I should be streaming tomorrow. Like I said, be open mic Friday. And then I won't be here Monday or Tuesday of next week. Hopefully we're onboarding some oil and gas guys. That is going to be an interesting time for us. It'll probably be one of the most prestigious events that we've ever been to as far as, the amount of wealth that's in that room. It'll be very interesting. Usually when I go to a real estate event, like it's, you have some guys in there who are worth like, $5-10 million, like I said earlier. And then like most guys are like worth like maybe 1, 2, or 3 million, or maybe less than $1 million. And it's a nice mix, and it's easy to get in that crowd and mingle and onboard those people. This group or this class of people will be it'll be interesting. I don't want to call it a challenge. I'll have to approach it a little bit different and think a little bit differently, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to go in there and shoot from the hip and see what I can do, like I always do, and see if we can onboard any of these folks. And it'd be fun, just one of them. You don't take one of those guys, man. I mean, those guys, man, you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. Some of them, billionaires, right? Some of those guys. There's some big dogs. We got one friend. This is how we got connected to the oil and gas industry. He was in real estate, and he was flipping houses. He was wholesaling, and then he went to the Philippines. He created a cold call center for flippers and wholesalers, and so he ran that for a while. And then he was living in Texas, and he just ended up meeting some oil and gas guys. Instead of flipping houses, he took that same exact model and he started flipping oil wells. So he'd go to like little mom and pop oil wells. He'd make offers on them. He'd buy them for pennies on the dollar. He'd fix them up, get them producing, and then he'd sell them. And he started doing that, and he started creating enough money where he started buying and holding these things. And man, you're talking about net worth through the roof. Jeez, man, he surpassed me and my friends about a 10, maybe even a 20x. And that's fine. That's great, man. We love him, and more power to him. And we're great friends. And he's the one that put us in connection with these guys. And so we're going to go out there and mingle. He likes crypto too. He's got his positions in Pulse Chain and Hex, and nothing crazy. He's so wrapped up in his business, which is fine. But he introduces these guys, and we'll see what can come out of it. Maybe something fruitful comes from it. Who knows? I don't know. It's going to be fun, though. Hey, Corey, thanks for staying around with a positive message. Absolutely, man. I see where we're going, man. That's all it was. It sucked. The emotions and feelings sucked, but it's like you just take a step back and go, fuck, all right, I see where we're going. I see where we're at. And like I said, the hardest part for me was when, I made the commitment to move to Puerto Rico, and the freaking SEC comes and hits Richard Hart. About 2 weeks after I made that commitment, I'm like, oh, wow, this really sucks. That was the hardest part. After that, I'll pass all that part. The dollar cost averaging in, that was pretty painful, especially there in the SEC FUD. But after all that, man, it was like the Interpool FUD was nothing. It was like, okay, it's more bullshit. I was like, I didn't get sick to my stomach on that one like I did that, with the SEC shit, man. Thanks for the stream, but absolutely, guys. You guys have a wonderful day today. Remember, man, just if you want to 10x your portfolio in the bear, which the bear is running out of time, guys. He saw the fucking charts. Like, this is like, we're running out of time. but you might have a little bit of time left. Who knows? Go bring 10x of value to your fellow community, your fellow man, your fellow woman. You know, bring that value back, aka money, fiat, and put it into crypto, and you can 100x your fucking life. That's it. That's the game. That is the game. And then use the trust to not pay taxes. Put some of that in real estate at the end of the cycle, and then rinse and repeat next bear market. That's it. Total fucking game right there. Game over. Legacy wealth preservation, done. Done and done. Guys, on that note, I am getting out of here. Peace.